What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title's going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. No, there's a lot of frustration. Within this. Says here, 2 major American cities are about to elect Muslim communists as mayor. It's pretty unreal. I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely wild now that I think about it. Definitely wild. But this is Fox News. Check it out.
See about that. Free lawyers for illegal immigrants, and there's more where that came from. But he's not the only one. Across the country, there are more. 2 more examples. In Minneapolis, Omar Fateh is running. He wants to fund non-police programs, keep homeless encampments, and stabilize rent. You hear that a lot from the socialists, and you can understand why. Rents are high. This one's interesting. In Seattle, Katie Wilson is running for Seattle mayor. She wants a bond for affordable housing. She wants to install city-owned solar panels and fund alternative crisis responses. She lives in a 600-square-foot apartment that she rents with her husband, and they have a small child there. She's running against another Democrat who is like, wait, I'm diverse. I've made incredible gains through my own hard work. But she is in the lead. Josh Krasher is the editor-in-chief of
And it's pretty wild. It's definitely pretty wild. It says free and fast buses, free lawyers, for illegal immigrants. I find a lot of it insane. I definitely find a lot of it insane. And, it brings me to this, and I'm going to say this. What's crazy about everything, and really I definitely say this year alone, it's definitely been pretty wicked just based off of how everybody is so much of putting, when it comes to illegal aliens first. I feel like I have a really big issue with that, and I've said it multiple times. It's nothing to bash anybody or talk crazy. It's just I'm just stating more facts. We literally have people that literally struggle, and I said it in my last video. You have individuals that actually struggle with things. That's been struggle with getting food assistance, was struggling with getting housing assistance, was struggle with getting a lot of things. A lot of these assistance. When it comes to housing, food, when it comes to transportation, having all of this. And I feel like they're constantly putting illegal aliens first, and it's definitely sad. We literally have people that serve in the military and they're not getting the assistance that they need, but yet you have these illegal aliens and they're getting everything. That it takes years, for a person, that actually served for this country. And I have a really big issue with that. This Speaker Mike Johnson says Hakeem Jeffries is endorsing Zohran Mamdani is evidence that the Democratic Party is over as we know it. Check it out.
Politics, all of you noticed it over the weekend. We saw our clearest sign yet that this radical insurgent movement in the Democrat Party is succeeding. And they are ending what has always been known as the Democrat Party in America. After a months-long pressure campaign from the far left, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries finally relented. He gave in, and he gave his endorsement to the socialist running to be mayor of New York City. The House Democrats have chosen a side. They were forced to by that far left that they're so terrified of, and they've shown the world what they really believe. There is no longer a place for centrists and moderates in their party. The candidate that they have endorsed, Mamdani, is somebody who we've talked about a lot from this podium. He's sympathized with Hamas and openly embraced anti-Semitic language. He has called to, quote, seize the means of production because he is a Marxist. He's called to abolish our borders, to abolish and end immigration enforcement, to defund the police, and to legalize prostitution, among a long list of hits that I could share with you.
That is insane. The crazy thing is, I knew of that. But did he just say legalizing? Let me make sure I heard this right.
Prostitution, among a long list of hits that I could share with you.
Bro, what?
He's called to abolish our borders, to abolish and end immigration enforcement, to defund the police, and to legalize prostitution, among a long list
that
of
is
hits that I could share with
insane.
you. Zohran Mamdani is expected to take the helm of one of the most important cities in the world and the largest city in America. And he now has the full blessing of the Democrat leader in the House of Representatives. It is shocking. And that leader and all the other Democrats are going to co-own the consequences of what they do to America's largest city.
One thing about it, I'm gonna have to disagree with Mike Johnson. I'm gonna have to disagree. And I know y'all like, Recklezz, what do you mean you disagreeing? I disagree with him saying that it's shocking. I don't find it shocking. I find it shocking what he said, definitely. But I don't find it shocking that Hakeem Jeffries has, endorsed him. I feel like these are things that, we should definitely be prepared for. We should definitely know because of the way that they've been acting, the things that they have been doing. So one thing about it is I definitely say that I'm not too shocked, within this. Definitely not. Says here, Zohran Mamdani says he's going to build housing for anyone in need, freeze rent, make buses free, and provide universal child care. One thing about this, is that this is one of those things. This is one of the things that Kamala Harris did. And many have done it. It's more so of selling dreams. This is something of selling dreams. Telling people, what you like, for them to hear. What do you think that they're it's amazing, of actually, and I've actually only seen, one individual actually do it. And there's things that, a lot of individuals say that they'll do, and there's probably some things that they do. But one thing that I can tell y'all, ever since President Trump has said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, he's done it. And if he ain't did it yet, he's going to do it. And he's telling you that he's going to do it. And that's one thing that I know that they fear, that they're threatened by, is that everything that Trump said he's going to do, he's doing it, or he's in the process of doing it. But one thing about it, is that I find it completely insane that this guy right here is literally, the individual that's selling dreams, to the American people of what he's going to do. On top of that, says he can't pay for any of this since he can't raise corporate taxes or state income taxes on billionaires. Only the state can, and then you have multiple people literally saying, so how is he going to pay for it? So that's when fantasy meets reality. You're literally having individuals saying that he's lying about everything, and we're going to get into, more of that. But you clearly see. Check it out right here, y'all.
We are going to freeze the rent for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants and use every resource at our disposal to build housing for everyone who needs it. We are going to eliminate the fare on every single bus line and make what are currently the slowest buses in the nation move around this city with ease. And we are
Giving
going
out
to
live.
create universal child care at no cost to parents. So New Yorkers can raise their family in the city they love.
He's not doing all of this.
Together, New York, we're going to freeze the... Together, New York, we're going to make buses fast and... Together, New York, we're going to deliver universal... We will make our city one where every person who calls it home can live a dignified life.
I'm just confused on what is this? I'm confused on how the American people are literally cheering for this dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm being so for real with y'all. I don't understand why they're doing this. I truly don't. This is literally Zohran Mamdani's. I don't even know. I gotta watch my mouth. Mamdani's father, literally saying in the things that he said right here. I want y'all to pay close attention, and hopefully the volume is up. This just goes to show y'all right here on the disrespect that I have to again watch what I say. This just goes to show y'all the disrespect that individuals have for the United States, for our country. Check out what his father says right here, y'all.
America is the genesis of what we call settler colonialism. And the American model was exported all around the world. Abraham Lincoln generalized the solution of reservations. They herded American Indians into separate territories. For the Nazis, This was the inspiration. Hitler realized two things. One, that genocide was doable. It is possible to do genocide. That's what Hitler realized. Second thing Hitler realized is that you don't have to have a common citizenship. You can differentiate between people. The Nuremberg laws were patterned after American laws. Anyway, the US put Indians in reservations. The US invented the model.
One thing about this that is truly disgusting to me is the fact that this man can constantly, talk about, the United States, and I'm really getting tired of this word, this Nazi word that they're saying nonstop. This Hitler, this is very disgusting. It's very nasty, very sickening that you constantly have these individuals that are cheering on for people like this. And I'm not saying, that all because his father said this is something that, he's not like his father. Let me tell y'all something. Dang near. You can just tell just by, how he is, what he's about. I've been seeing different videos, these policies, and you constantly see. I mean, you see it from Democrats. I mean, the word, the choices of words that they use constantly. You see it. Says here, authorities are now pushing to denaturalize and possibly deport Zohran Mamdani over alleged citizenship form violations. I didn't know if y'all didn't know that or not, but one thing about it is that looking way more into it, definitely looking into it. And it also been revealed, and I know a lot of y'all have seen this as well, that the aunt of Zohran Mamdani shed fake tears over and claiming she stopped riding the subway after 9/11 because she didn't feel safe wearing her hijab. Says here that she neither wore a hijab nor lived in New York City at the time. Said that she lived in Tanzania. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Said that she lived there January 2000, December 2003 for 4 years in Tanzania. And then you got here, she was a public health consultant from 1999 to December 1999. Then went, from a senior development officer in January 2000 to December 2003 for 4 years in Tanzania, as y'all can see. If y'all didn't see that video, I'm pretty sure I had it pulled up so y'all can check it out.
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt. Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Today he has this press conference. I watched a chunk of it. I didn't hear any words for the victims of 9/11, but he found the real victim, his aunt.
Is he?
The victims of 9/11 were in the Twin Towers. Those were the victims.
Is the implication here that he has to answer for the terrorists who attacked 9/11?
No, I think if you're going to have a press...
I think it's more so of like, if you're going to have a press conference and you actually wanted people to like you or whatever, if that's what he's doing, or wanting people to respect you, I should say, actually, acknowledge, talk about the people, that lost their lives, during 9/11, people that actually went through it, people that, obviously went through things mentally, losing family members, losing friends, or seeing it in person. It's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely crazy.
I think if you're going to have if you're going to run for mayor of New York City, or have any position in New York City, and you're going to talk about 9/11 or invoke 9/11, you darn sure better start with the people who died in the Twin Towers.
Exactly.
That's what I think. And he didn't do that. And he kind of, he made it about his experience and his aunt and all this. My advice would be, if you're going to want to be the mayor of this town, and by the way, he's probably going to win. That moment in our history, you cannot lose sight of what happened. People died in those Twin Towers. They did not deserve to die. We did suffer a terrorist attack, and we can't really forget the moment making it about him and his family. Okay, there were almost 3,000 people that died there. It's a big deal. It is true. Mamdani,
Exactly.
he's allied himself with certain people. A lot of the people that surround him, the people involved in this democratic socialist organization, I mean, they have said more than a handful of eyebrow-raising things when it comes to their views of America, their views of Jewish people, and so on and so forth. He knows that. He does align himself with them. He doesn't really distance himself.
One thing about it is it's definitely sad. You know, one thing that and I was actually, seeing about this video in general was the simple fact that you literally have this man in New York City and not acknowledge whatsoever, the victims that have lost their lives, the family of the victims. None of that. Didn't acknowledge it whatsoever. But then you got people actually cheering for this man is what gets me. And I find that completely insane. I don't know about y'all, but I find it completely insane. I find it actually disturbing. Says Zohran Mamdani, who cried that his aunt was too scared to take the subway or wear her job after 9/11 because of Islamophobia. Never even wore a hijab or lived in New York City ever. And it's one of those things. I mean, what people fail to realize, and I feel like people should know, especially seeing on how everything went for Kamala. That's who he's reminding me of. How everything went for Kamala, and seeing, how many creators, actually let it be known. You know what I mean? Actually let it be known and put that information out there like this individual is a phony. You know what I mean? I definitely don't get that. I don't get that at all. Literally says here, reporter asked Zohran Mamdani about fake different accents throughout his career. Again, reminding me of Kamala. This individual right here has different accents just like the rest of the left. Check it out.
Because I think that New Yorkers, more than they hate a politician they disagree with, they hate a politician they can't trust.
On the subject of trust, you've adopted different speaking accents in different scenarios.
But they go to their local bodega.
Is there one that's real and one that's affected?
What I would say is, as any immigrant knows, having been born in Kampala, Uganda, and then raised in South Africa and moving here when I'm 7 years old, is there are different parts of my life.
Worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour.
Mamdani was talking about a worldwide press tour back when he was a rapper.
Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice.
In a Disney movie.
So this dude was a rapper. He done had all these different accents. This just goes to show you on how fake people are. This goes to show you right here.
In a Disney movie directed by his mother.
Nepotism and hard work goes a long way. Here in New York City, this is how I speak, this is how I am.
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
Because I think.
And if y'all haven't seen videos of this individual, he do strike me as, or more of a violent, loud, individual. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I've been seeing different videos that I couldn't even show a video on here that I want to show y'all because of it being that bad. It just goes to show y'all right there. One thing about it, I seen this video, and by all means, this is not to talk about anybody, but this just goes to show you on what New York City will look like. And this is not, again, to bash anybody, to talk crazy, to say this, to say that. This is just me being completely honest. Says New York must reject Zohran Mamdani. He is practicing Muslim and refuses to condemn the Sharia law. Says this is what Charlie Kirk warned us about. This is the Islam takeover of America. Check this out. Now, I'm not going to lie. Again, this is not me sitting here talking about anybody. This is something that is just completely insane to me. It's completely insane. I don't know about y'all. Like, again, I don't know about y'all. But this is, it's crazy. It's more so of like, if y'all, like, and by all means, bro, again. Why not, like, do this? Why are y'all trying to change you know, the places in the United States to like, they're like, I don't know if y'all haven't been noticing, but they're just trying to do their best, you know. And my thing is that you literally got Americans that are supporting this shit. Like, I'm literally, like, I'm truly confused about this. Like, you got Americans that supporting this, bro. Like, I'm truly confused. Because this is not America our children deserve. Like, what, bro? One thing about this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done with it. This is not doing nothing. You know, and what, you know, this Mamdani, you know, individual, he's not doing nothing but about to, the rich is definitely getting up out of there. People in general, you know, businesses, all of that. And it's one thing, you know, I remember first starting off. I remember doing these videos firsthand, you know, for the first time. And I seen how New York truly was, you know, with illegal aliens and, you know, them staying in hotels and how nasty it was, how dirty it was. And I seen that, you know, and I was confused. It was odd on how everything panned out. And I got to thinking, you know, as I'm watching these videos and seeing it's not doing nothing but pushing individuals out, you know, that you know, have these businesses. You have seen people, multiple businesses leave New York City. People, because they're changing. You know, it's more so of, I've never been to New York City, but I know for a fact there was a time where New York City was really beautiful. You know, and I'm sure there's some parts, but the videos that I've been seeing multiple times over the last few years I've been doing this has been completely insane, completely nasty. A lot of crime. You know, and then you have an individual like this that's doing these things and having, like, this is, I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know y'all comments and thoughts on this, but this isn't, for me personally, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but this isn't, it's not sitting right with me. It's not sitting right with me. After seeing these videos, seeing what this individual is about, definitely think they need to do something about it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.